Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we have civil war in our future. Maybe one, maybe two, I don't know. When I started up the game, we've got this civil war brewing. I don't know how real that is. We'll tick forward up to the month tick, and we're definitely going to have this happening, absolutely. And we're currently at war, but there's no risk of civil war. Okay, good to know. So that is magnificent. That civil war is not real. So we are, of course, going to come down here and fight this civil war, which is real. So we're going to raise up our levies. And in these guys come. Magnificent. We're just going to make our way over this way. I think for the moment, these guys should be able to largely... Nope. They absolutely cannot hold their own. That's 5,500. Okay. I mean, we have the troops to deal with that. But if they're going to make their way up this way, we can just sneak in over here and start up a siege, which would be magnificent. We do need political influence to get these idea slots filled, and we do have low Senate support. There's no doubt about that. Utterly exhausted from battle, a small group of soldiers have committed mutiny. This must be due to our war exhaustion because we haven't had a battle yet. We really can't afford this, though. So we'll kill him. He was, of course, murdered by mutineers, and we now need a new governor out over here. You will do. Fantastic. Okay, so we're bringing our forces on in here. We're starting up this siege. These guys, at this point, should be enough to be able to win against this force. We are bringing in additional reinforcements, of course. Oh, these guys are moving at wildly different rates again. That's obnoxious. Luckily, we got there in time. And we're just going to head back over here. We don't catch them there, but we can come over this way. These can come here, and these guys can just make their way on down. Beautiful. So this force, at this point, we want to come up over this way. We might stack wipe that. We did not. Are they retreating this way? They're going up here. Remarkable. Okay, that one we stack wiped. Fantastic. So we're going to head on down over this way. We have this event here. Losing stability, that's rough. Okay. So we're going to finish up this siege, of course. And eventually we'll need to deal with this force. I think we'll just come down over here like so. Actually, we could just move in like this. Cool. So no problem whatsoever there. And that actually stack wiped. We're at 0 right now? I guess -8 from ticking war score. Okay, we need to get this siege done. I'd like to move our way over to here. Unfortunately, we just can't get there. We'll see when this siege ends. These guys actually want peace. They want to cede just Regina. We decline that offer. I want the entire province here. We'll turn the other cheek. Cool. Let's see here. This is in Sagada. We can't deal with that right now. We're going to finish up this rebellion. Yeah, they're just trying to give us Regina. Just this. We decline it. We need this fort to fall. Ah, and here we go. We're going to let the looting be gentle. This will be our location. So we're going to head in here, and then the rest of these forces are going to start up a siege here. Magnificent. We may as well head off over this direction, and we can see we're redistributing some of these pops as slaves, but that's not the greatest of things because we have this territory anyway. This is rebelling from us, right? So that's not all that amazing. We do need a new physician. You will do. We can call down an omen, and I'm going to continue to go with the deity of economy. Cool. What were we working on economically? Well, we could certainly build a library here. That's something we could do. What else would we want to do economically? No decent slave estates right now. Okay. We do have a scorned family, apparently. We'll get to that. That's not a big deal. So 21% negative here. That needs some time. I do want to put in a military idea here. And really, I think the morale of armies is the way to go. We can get more ideas coming in over time as our political influence comes up. In fact, we can get our second one going here. This is going to be a civic idea. National commerce income and national slave output versus build cost and build time. I think the slave output is overall better. Cool. So that's all looking good. We're at 0% on this siege. Now we're at 7%. There's apparently a bountiful harvest as well. And we will happily take the stability here. Another mutiny? Okay. That's not great. Baetica needs a new governor, and that will be... We have a scorned family right now. How far do we have to go? Oh my. Oh my. They don't have anyone? Remarkable. Well, we'll put you in. We also just lost our oratory researcher, and we're absolutely going to go for the top tier researcher that we can. There we go. That looks fantastic. We're at 73% research efficiency right now. That's looking up for sure. And we're up to 21% down over this way. 35%. This is looking good. 42. One of these days, this is going to actually end. Ask for military access from Oritania. Who is Oritania again? That's these guys. We'll accept that. They're opposing Carthage. It seems fine for the moment. Who even is this? I mean, you're 10 Marshal. That's not bad. Compared to this guy who is 3 Marshal? Do it. That seems good. So we're going to get this siege done eventually. And then we need to figure out what we want to spend our cash on. So I want to look at our missions as soon as this is over. There we go. The siege is now done. We're going to sue for peace, and we're going to take this entire area. Turdetania Occidentalis is back under our control. Let's lose a half point of aggressive expansion there. And we are, of course, going to disband our levies, gaining us some military experience, which is nice. I do want to ditch at least one of these forts. Let's see, we're producing olives and wine. Olives are not a farming settlement location, nor is wine. So both of these would be slave estate. Do we have a provincial legation down here already? No. So let's ditch it here, and let's just put in a provincial legation. Okay. So that's fine. I want to go through our administration here real quick, take a look at our provinces. Well, actually, we really don't have the political influence to do this right now. Yeah, we really don't. Okay. So for now, this'll do. We're going to get that provincial legation built. And what do we want to spend our money on at this point? We've got a city over this way. How is this specialized? It's got a port right now? Okay, right. We can build foundries now. So, what we should do, we have a bunch of free province investments, right? Let's put in a province investment here and a province investment. Oh, we can only do one at a time? That's lame. That is very, very sad. Okay, I guess that's fine. Out in this city, what do we have going on here right now? We've got a marketplace, we've got a couple of ports, and a fortress. It's kind of mediocre. We're producing earthenware there. We're producing salt down here. So really, ditching our marketplace here makes some sense to me, as well as potentially even ditching our port. I don't know. I feel like I'm not a huge fan of ports in Imperator. So we're going to do exactly that. We're going to put in a foundry. We're going to put in 3 mills, which we can't afford right now, but we can definitely get that going. So we're turning this into a salt production city, right? That's the idea here. So we're going to build a foundry, we're going to build 3 mills, and then anything else, which currently we can't build anything else, but anything else we would put into the tax office. So Karosi are currently scorned. Do they have a single person who can even fill this job? Yes. She'd be bad at it. But I think that's okay for now. This is just monthly military experience, which, I mean, is useful. Don't get me wrong. But we're getting a decent amount of them. Hi, barbarians. Okay. So let's hop back down over here, and we'll get that mill going. That brings us up to 4 out of 4. Cults have been sanctioned up over this direction. That's fine. We're, of course, going to... Do we need to tick forward here? Yeah, we needed to tick forward. Cool. So I want to get us a foundry here. That's the goal. We also want to come down over this way, and we want to make religious endowments. Beautiful. There we go. So we're going to need some cash for all of that. These guys are jerks. Okay. Do we want to raise up levies for this? Yes. I'm only going to raise this levy force. And we're going to send them on up to go fight these barbs. They're being total jerks about this. As, you know, barbarians do. That's pretty normal. They're down to 2k now. So we're going to fight this battle. That should be a pretty easy victory. Heresy? Okay, that's awkward. So our barbarians were defeated, and we are, of course, going to disband our levy. There we go. Cool. Now we hop up over this direction, and we build this foundry as soon... Oh, wow, that's 300 gold. That's expensive. I didn't realize it was that expensive. Losing 15 stability and gaining 5 tyranny? Okay, we're going to have to work on our Senate support, for sure. And I need to remember how to do that. We need a new Tribune of the People. We don't have any scorned families right now, so we'll put in Urka Divica. And we can get ourselves an idea slot in the oratory ideas. So, monthly corruption reduction, loyalty, and improve opinion maximum. For now, I think we're actually going to go with the corruption reduction. Is that for every character in our territory? Or is that just for our ruler? I don't know. And that's a kind of important distinction. I suppose we could take a look at, say, this lady here. Sanction privileges minus 0.05. Okay, yeah. That's every character. Beautiful. That's fantastic to know. I see that Carthage is going ham down here. We're not huge fans of that, but I want to take a look at our missions here. So, Fruits of Celtiberia Meridionalis. Farming settlements in all settlements producing food. So there should be, all 4 of these should be a farming settlement. Oh, we have a fort here, and that fort's really quite useless, isn't it? It is. We should get rid of that, and we should build a farming settlement there. Good call, game. What else do we have here? So we would need Mentessa to have city status. Okay, we gained 13.84, not bad, and some gold as well. We do have a brewing civil war, potentially. It's Akissa Divica. She's the problem here. She's a party leader of... What is this party again? I think that's the Oligarchs. We're just going to bribe her. And that'll be fine. No problem for the time being. We have a lot of gold that we need to spend, specifically on foundries here and here, and we need that city as well. Excellent conditions in Mentessa. So we could gain 84 gold, or we could gain slave output and happiness and 33.93 gold. I suspect this is for 120 months. That's a lot of months. That's 10 years. What is the actual output here? So 0.22, let's fire up a calculator here. 0.22 times 0.12, so 12% of that, times 120. Okay. That is 3 gold. At this time, we're definitely better off taking this. Beautiful. So that is absolutely fine. That is, of course, going to allow us to begin working on this foundry over here, which we will be very happy to do. That'll give us some base resource production. Always great there. We're going to be able to get this foundry built very soon. Untiring devotion. 3 free stability. That is excellent. Our stability is actually going up right now as well. So that's really good considering our aggressive expansion is still pretty high. We'll let them handle it. Now, I do want to take a look at our Senate setup here. So that would be in the government here. So it's currently the traditionalists that have the most number of seats. They control 51.43% of the Senate. And they want us to build a temple in Eporca, a great temple. So that is... where is this? Down over here? So we would end up having to build this. We don't have the tech to do this. We would need the invention open religion. It's a little weird that they can advocate for building something that we don't have the tech for, right? That seems a little odd. We'd have to get down to here. It's not that far away. And that's maybe not a terrible idea. But I do want to work on upgrading this up to a city, since we have the mission to do that. So that'll be fine, but the gold is really going to go here first. Oh. People splintered into various subclans. Okay. How much is Carthage going to take over here, I wonder? Our civic advances have gone up, and we are going to grab accepted rights. We know that we need to grab open religion. Apparently we were attempting to assassinate somebody? Interesting. So Carthage has mainly retaken their territory back over here. The major thing here is that they have this. So we now officially have a border with Carthage. Carthage isn't too angry at us. Mostly they don't like our aggressive expansion, which is fair enough. We can grab that open religion now. That does allow us to come down over here and build a grand temple. That'll cost about 300. It would boost up our support in the Senate a decent amount. But do we care right now? I think the answer to that is maybe no. I'm going to build this foundry first. I want to get that done. So that'll be absolutely fine. What else do we need to do here? Granary of Contestania or bread and circuses? One of those is easier than the other, but the other is probably a lot better in the long term. Okay, we definitely need to put in a new invention here, and I wanted to head towards things like this national population growth over here. So that pretty much means going down towards grain rations at this point. So we would grab integrated culture happiness, and then we would move into herbalism into grain rations, would be the idea here. Cool. Local tax plus 30%. Or we could go for the population growth, and we'll, of course, do that. The population growth is by far the better long-term thing. So that's all looking good. We've got a minor addendum here. We could gain 6 stability for 10 political influence, and I think that's worth doing at this moment. I absolutely do. Bringing up our stability is going to be very, very, very helpful. Our AE dropping is going to continue to improve our growth of stability, but for now it's going to be a little on the slow side. Okay, so Carthage is kind of the final boss right now, right? That may end up changing to be Rome later, but for right now, Carthage is the final boss. I guess for like the medium term here. Maybe not the final, but the current big boss, right? That would be the idea here. They're currently actively at war with Rome, and that's good for us. We are very, very happy about that. They have a lot of pops. 3301, and we've got 885. We're working on it. We're working on it, but we're not there yet. We definitely need to continue to increase our pop count, and maybe conquering some territories up here will become necessary. But for now, I'm very much focused on getting these missions done. So that's absolutely great. We get that done. We could immediately do bread and circuses. This is a temporary boost, whereas the granary is actually probably the better situation here. So we're not going to do bread and circuses. I think we're going to make this be a city. So we're going to need to found 2 cities at this point. That's going to be 400 gold and about 50, or actually 100 political influence. So Mentessa, I think we should do first. We can do a military tradition here. Light cavalry discipline. Honestly, taking that monthly war exhaustion is probably better for us here. We'll take that for now. Wonderful. A scientific breakthrough, huh? 85 religious advances progress? That's a lot. But that reduction of 35% research points for 120 months. I don't know if that's actually worth it. So if we look at our religious advances, how long is it going to take us to get this? It's going to take about 6 years? Yeah, about 6 years. Okay. So we're getting 1.22% per month. So 1.22 times, this was what, a 35% reduction? Yes. Times, this would be 6.65. Okay, so that would be 0.793, and then we would multiply that by 120 months. So we would end up losing 95.16% over that 120 months, assuming that our research points did not increase over that time. This is not worthwhile. Okay, sounds good. Now we know. So we have enough cash at this point to get an upgrade going for one of these cities, right? We do not have currently enough political influence. We're a ways away on the political influence. Our ruler corruption is reducing that by 15%, which is a little bit painful. But what we do have enough for right now is building that Grand Temple down over here. And we may as well get that going, I think. Military access from Caristia. I don't know who these guys are. These up here. Okay. We'll allow that for the time being. That seems okay. Cool. So the question is, when are we going to come into conflict with Carthage, right? We should probably consider annexing some of this population up over this way to better counter Carthage. I would like to finish up these missions relatively soon here. Mentessa is going to be manpower focused. That makes sense. Okay, I like it. Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. We're gaining 79 manpower per month right now. We could definitely bring that up. We'll lose access to these base metals, but I think that's fine. Okay, we're about 6-ish months away at this point from getting that city upgrading. Sounds good. Hey, there we go. Civilization level coming up, and we can grab herbalism. Global monthly food modifier plus 10% is always great. And then we'll grab that grain rations for the population growth. Getting the population growth going is vitally important. So if we were to look at 220 gold, but 4 tribesmen would go away. I don't want to lose the pops. We'll redirect them somewhere more appropriate. We don't actually need the gold that badly. We're doing okay gold-wise. We're making 26.7 per month right now. I'm reasonably comfortable with that when we are currently political influence capped. So because we're political influence capped, we could think about... Is this population growth? We should switch to this. Done. That'll drop our stability. I'm aware of that. But we should switch to that. Beautiful. So we can't actually turn this on for a few years. So I think for the time being, we'll go for national slave output. I'm going to want to swap over to... Well, that was manpower regeneration as the active. We really just want the passive here. So eventually we may want to replace this with something better. 5% research points and pop assimilation speed. That's actually really good. Do it. Now our stability is really, really, really low now. I'm not shocked about this. We're going to have to work on bringing that up, and we can't really spend political influence on it. That's not something that we have the ability to do. We do have support in the Senate now. That's good. The Morians have collapsed. That's normal. No shockers there right now, and we almost have enough to get Mentessa upgrading into a city. So we're going to found a city here now. Beautiful. So that's underway, and our next city will, of course, go here, according to our mission. So for now, it's time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll continue to fret a bit about Carthage while working our way through our economic upgrades here. I think we can make our way through this relatively quickly, in theory. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadow Wolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kintogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.